Welcome to the teacher's tour of the EDUonGo environment. This is the home page where you will land after logging in. This is where you will edit personal settings, store files, and access courses. Let's look at some of the options here. Under Courses, you'll find a list of all courses assigned to you. Click Settings to change your username and password. Click My Profile to change information about yourself, including your photo. With My Books, you can create, upload, and access digital books. Under My Documents, you can upload and store videos, images, and text documents. Under Get Social, you can point others to your LinkedIn or Facebook accounts. Let's scroll to see more. The quantity and variety of tiles vary depending on permissions. Each of you will have the Contact Me tile, where you will specify how others can reach you, such as, email, phone number, that sort of thing. You'll also have this Draw It tile. I find the Draw It tool to be a very valuable aid to communication. For example, here I've drawn a rather lifelike illustration of my immediate supervisor. To return to the home page, we'll click on the Home icon. To navigate to a course, you'll click the purple My Courses tile. The All Courses page lists all courses. With proper permissions, you can edit, reorder, and even remove a course. With proper permissions, you will see a Create New Course button at top right. Click the course title to navigate to the course. To prevent confusion, know that this list of sessions or course modules can display in a more visual way. The buttons at the top right toggle between views. These are just two ways of displaying the course sessions. And let me acknowledge that I use the term session and module interchangeably. I use module really for e-learning courses that have nothing to do with the classroom, and I use session when the site is to support a classroom. This is that alternate view of sessions. The session or module is where course content resides. So let's take a look at the first session. This course uses the slider to organize concepts into units within a session. This course has 8 or 9 sessions, but it would have about 35 if we didn't use the slider. Let's look at how the slider works within the edit mode. In the edit mode, you can set the date for module availability. If learners access this module before the start date, they can view content but not participate in discussions or activities. You can disable these dates, removing restrictions, but the individual items may impose their own restrictions. Clicking here allows you to add a general discussion area for this module. The slider is just one of many content containers, but probably the most important. Most courses use this for every module. In this example, the slider holds 3 slides of introductory content. Each of these slides can have HTML text, images, audio, video, assignments, quizzes, discussions attached to them. The slider allows us to maintain content focus. Each container below has a number. To link them to a slide, we'll click the slide and then click the link page items. We would then click on the item identified by the number. This ties that item to the slide. Any content that we do not link to a slide will display on all slides. We'll click Linked Page Items to close the pop-up. After making changes in edit mode, you must click Save and Review to keep them. There is much to learn about this session area, and you will learn those as we go to specific tasks. Before we move on, I want to point out that you can navigate to the next or previous module/session using these arrows. And now for navigation. This left panel has many parts, and each is a link to a system component. There would be more to this list if all were shown, and we'll be showing you how to add to it soon. Notice the mouse icon here with a line through it. This indicates an item that is hidden to students. I'll show you how to do that, but first I'll take you to activities. These include assignments, quizzes, and discussions, and are central to the EDUonGo structure supporting collaboration. This is the home for assignments. It looks almost exactly the same as the session, discussion, and quiz components. They all feature a Create New button at the top. They all have the option to display either in list form or in a more graphic form. And just like opening a session, you open an assignment, discussion, or quiz by clicking on the title. If you understand the session or module environment, you'll understand the assignment space. Clicking Edit, you'll be able to add a slider, if you wish, though I have never seen anyone do that for an assignment. You can add any other content container that works for you. In this example, we've added a text document. But if you wanted to support your assignment with an ebook, a document, or a video lecture, you can do that here. Assignments and quizzes automatically add to the calendar. This one is due on the 16th. And looking at the calendar, we see the assignment that's due on the 16th. Clicking on the calendar item takes the learner to that actual assignment. Let's turn now to quizzes. And this is a quiz page. To create a new quiz, we'll click Create New. We'll enter a title and then click Create. This is where you'll determine when the quiz will be available. As in sessions and all other activities, you have the option of allowing learners to add comments. At this point, we'll return to our tour and defer further discussion of how to build a quiz to that session. Let's move now to the lounge. Before I get into the lounge, let me point out that I'm calling it a lounge, and you can change that name and call it the stream, the cafe, the coffee shop, or anything you want. You can change this by mousing over the title. As we mouse over the title, you can see some controls here. When we click on this V here, we get these three options. Changing the name is as simple as clicking Rename Link and typing a new name. You can see that you can click Remove or Hide, and that hide is how we hid Question Bank. The lounge is where students can meet and socialize. They can share files, post links, and ask questions to the community. They can also upload media. Here's an example of a link I'm adding as a demonstration. It's a link of an instructional design community on LinkedIn. Before we end this tour, let me demonstrate how you can return to the course sessions. To complete our quick tour, I'll show you how to return to your EDUonGo homepage. This concludes the teacher or course creator tour of the EDUonGo course environment. Remember to use the Ask Community on the EDUonGo.com webpage if you have any further questions.